guys, welcome to another video with Mel. Today we are doing some book reviews. I've got 4 comics and graphic novels I've read this week, and I just want to talk about them. We're going to go from best to worst, because there was a really bad one, unfortunately. And I like to talk about it and talk about why I'm still going to get issue 2, because I think there's some problems with that so far, and I'm hoping it improves in issue 2, but we'll see. So the first one I'm going to start with is a complete different thing from last time I talked about Paper Girls. This is Paper Girls number 10. I actually really like this one. I really love the cover, first of all. As with most of Paper Girls, Cliff Chiang does these amazing covers. I love it so much. It seems to me that Brian K. Vaughan can do really, really good closing and starting of an arc, and in between I just don't like it, because I loved issue 6 of this. I love issue 10, and this is the end of another arc. We're on a hiatus till I think February now, but the in-betweens I was not very sure about, so that's just what it is. I like the beginning and the end. I don't like the middle bit of these arcs. Once again, art is beautiful in this, just so unique compared to other comics. All these pink colors, I just love the way it looks in this. So when we left off last, we were faced with Clone Aaron telling the girls to go one way, and them being advised by KJ's field hockey stick to go somewhere else, and by older Aaron not to listen to Clone Aaron, or future Aaron, whatever she is. I call her Clone Aaron. I think she's a clone. So yeah, the girls are thinking about going with her, and then they kind of decide no, they're not going to. Older Aaron's trying to convince them not to, and Clone Aaron shoots her. Oh my god, I couldn't believe that. That is like shocking to me. I thought for sure that Clone Aaron was going to try to pretend to be good for a long time. I knew she was going to be evil, but I thought she was going to pretend to be good for a little bit longer than that. But apparently, nope, got in the way of her plans, so it's done. She says 3 of you are going to turn the tide of the war, so they're going to be really important. So is KJ not important? Apparently not in this thing. Too much for some grown-up to throw it all away. And they just try and get her to go. And of course, younger Erin actually sticks up for her older self. Good job, finally! And she attacks the girl. We got some naughty language. I'm not going to repeat it here. We use the B word and the C word, apparently in the translation of what Clone Aaron is saying here. We are not going to say it. It's just naughty words. Clone Aaron is knocked into the other dimension by Tiffany. Good job, Tiffany, with her tabletop. Knocking her in. Good work, Tiffany. Very proud of you. So, unfortunately, future Aaron is injured, but she's still going to take the girls to the 4th folding, which is above Cleveland. And guess who's going to take them? Her sister, Missy. Awesome. Another girl named Melissa, so you have to love her. She just looks amazing, guys. Look how cool Missy looks. I want to be Missy. Missy looks so awesome. So Missy like drives a helicopter. How cool is Missy? And she just looks amazing. And I melted at this exchange when the sisters came back together. The hug there, and then Missy realizing that Erin's her big sister that's little. Oh my god, I love that bit. That bit made me so happy. It's like, you're my big sister and you're little. It's just, she couldn't get off of it. And it's and Erin telling her that she looks straight out of Airwolf is just a great 80s reference as well. I love that they're so close as sisters. Yeah. It's great if they can be that close with their siblings, really. Even like at nearly 40 years old. That's so cool. So Missy says she's going to take the girls up, take them to the 4th folding. We've got grandfather is actually abducting young girls, which sounds really bad, because I think he's looking for our Paper Girls. We see the girl earlier that saw the giant monster when the girls first arrive in issue 6. We see her get teleported into like some kind of like storage facility where they're keeping these girls. It's quite scary, really. And they've got to find them, apparently. They've got to find them because, once again, these girls are going to turn the tide of war. We've got to make sure that they're on the right side, really. So, Missy says she's going to take the girls up, take them to the 4th folding. We've got grandfather is actually abducting young girls, which sounds really bad, because I think he's looking for our Paper Girls. We see the girl earlier that saw the giant monster when the girls first arrive in issue 6. We see her get teleported into like some kind of like storage facility where they're keeping these girls. It's quite scary, really. And they've got to find them, apparently. They've got to find them because, once again, these girls are going to turn the tide of war. We've got to make sure that they're on the right side, really. So get the girls remembering that they've been friends before this. I know Erin's the new girl, but Tiffany and Mac have been friends before this, and we see their friendship in this, which is lovely. And then we have them take them up to the 4th folding, and unfortunately for the girls, can't fly straight in, so they've got to jump. And I just love the sequence. This reminds me of so many of like the 90s like teen movies. The girls holding hands to jump into the unknown, which is so cool. Unfortunately, Missy and older Erin are attacked by these creatures. I'm really concerned about them. They better be okay, because if older Erin or Missy dies, I am going to be really upset. Please do not kill them. Please do not kill them. I'm saying it right now. So they land in this 4th folding, which is this crack here. Kind of reminds me of Doctor Who a bit, with Amy's like crack in her bedroom. And the silence coming through. So they go to this new land where they find KJ finally. KJ says she did not leave the message on her field hockey stick. So who did? I'm predicting it's going to be Erin at a later point, because time is all relative here. They could be arriving anytime in time. It doesn't really matter too much. We're all over the place. And we leave with this odd symbol on a mountain of like this goat, look kind of devil-like, holding an apple symbol, which I'm very concerned about, because I am an apple consumer. I love Apple so much, and I don't want them to back off Apple. Sorry, don't want you to, paper girls. But all in all, a much better issue than the last couple. Such an improvement. Very happy with that. Definitely the best comic of these 4 that I read this week. Next one, we have Giant Days. I've said over and over again, Giant Days is consistently good. This isn't a bad one for Giant Days, it's just not as exciting. I like more when they're actually in the school environment, and this time they were in a festival environment, which was interesting to see Esther in her goth festival attire. She seems to fit in there. She fits in most places, so there's some illustration from inside. It's just a fun comic about friendship. I just enjoy it so much. And we had some odd things in here. We had actually someone roofie Susan. I was actually really put off by that. I was like, what is going on? She better be okay. Things worked out okay, but it's like someone drugged her, and it's like, this is kind of a little bit too realistic at times. It's done kind of played for laugh, but seriously, it is part of college life, I'm guessing, that they would be worried about this, but wow, I couldn't believe they went there with it. Yeah, so she ends up being drugged and stepping into a porta-toilet loop. Most horrible thing that could ever happen to you. And just then the mud monsters come, and the mud monsters just take over. There's just so much mud everywhere because it is a festival, and of course they can't get out of it, and there's just mud everywhere, and it's a bit ridiculous. But a nice, enjoyable comic again. Not the best Giant Days one. Definitely a 4 out of 5, but not my favorite. Not my favorite issue of Giant Days, but it's pretty good. This was issue 19, so we are approaching 20, so we're hitting an anniversary, and then the girls will be starting back in their 2nd year of college in the next issue, which I'm really quite excited about. Next thing I read is one I got from the library. This is She-Hulk and the Lady Liberators. I knew nothing about this series. Went into it completely blind. Here's the back here. Apparently this was a very small series, because pretty much they have a joke at the end. It's like, this is the end of this book, which was really goes down badly. This is why this one is ranked a little bit lower than the other ones. I'm not sure about the story, if it was for me or not. I like She-Hulk. I like when She-Hulk gets involved in lawyery stuff. In this, she's not exactly a lawyer. She is part of the time, but she's mostly a bounty hunter, and I'm not sure I like that. Like her in that capacity, really. I don't think it works for me very much. So she's working with some other female characters. So we've got an Invisible Woman. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were called now, actually. One is kind of like Thor. Can't remember her name now. And then we have another woman that comes from a place that they don't have like any men in it. Oh, there we go. Valkyrie. Thundera, and we've got Jazina? Yeah, I think that's right. Jelena. And she's She-Hulk's kind of like bounty kind of like partner for catching these bounty hunter stuff. So we had different characters. I quite liked Valkyrie. I thought she was quite fun. I've not read very much with her, and I think she appeared once in Patsy Walker or Squirrel Girl before. She's quite fun. But this story got very serious very, very quickly. There was just no lightheartedness in this at all. So we had the ladies going to actually help out a developing country where things had gone very wrong, and facing off against this dictator, which is just an evil guy, really. Just like he's threatening to like rape and murder them, and it's so horrible. And because they're all female heroes, it's not going very well for them. So they end up like trying to like get the medicine and supplies to people in the country, and of course the like Russian heroes are kind of their equivalents, are trying to stop them because they've had government instructions to do that. So it's a very weird comic. It is very political. If you don't like politics, you probably won't like this one very much. I finished it because I started it and I thought I'll just finish it off, but it wasn't my favorite of the She-Hulk ones. Probably my least favorite of the She-Hulk ones. If I was going to give this a rating, just because it was overly political for me, and I also didn't like the implications of rape in it, I would give this possibly a 2 out of 5. I wouldn't give it very high. There were some good parts. Really did like Valkyrie quite a lot. The Invisible Woman came off really well as well. I didn't know very much about her, but quite enjoyed parts of it, but not very much. And the last one is Army of Darkness and Xena Warrior Princess. So Ash and Xena pair up in this comic. Very disappointing because we don't really get very much of a pair up. This is the first issue of it. I think it is a 4 or 5 comic series. I will be getting issue 2. But issue 1 was such a disappointment, just like nothing happened. Literally, we're introduced to the character. So we got Xena and Gabrielle here. Ash comes forward in time after Xena, not forward in time, back in time after Xena summons him there. And pretty much they just kind of go, oh, I didn't summon you. Why are you here? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, Ash is like, why did you summon me? And they have like a small fight over nothing, really. And it just comes off really, really pointless. It's like, did we need this issue for this arc to work? Because I don't feel like we did. I think it did nothing for the characters. It actually made Xena and Ash come off as really childish, and I didn't like either of them in it. And since they're supposed to be working together to defeat some kind of evil, I just don't feel like anything actually happened. And Ash comes off as so womanizing in this. He's like hitting on an intern who's like 17. It's like, really? This is not very good at all. And it's like, you can't put someone like Ash hitting on an intern in a comic book with Xena and Gabrielle. It just does not work at all. I will try issue 2. I'm not going to give up on it straight away because I think they just made a huge misstep in this first issue. And it just really didn't work at all. And we've actually got, it's saying issue 2. Can we try this again? Yeah, I freaking hope you can, because this was horrible. It was really badly done. Was not interesting at all. I didn't like any of the characters, and I'm a big fan of Xena and Gabrielle, and also Ash, and I did not like anybody in this comic. It's really bad. This I would give, I don't even know if I want to give it a 1. I'm really upset with it. I'd probably give, I guess I'd give it a 1. I guess if I have to give it a rating. I'm really unhappy with it though. I waited for this one for a while because I saw it in the previews about 3 months ago. Was excited about it. And the fact that it doesn't even really have a story is so disappointing. And they made the characters so unlikable. They hate each other throughout. It just doesn't work as a comic. I will try issue 2. But if it does not improve, that's it. And really, I don't even know why you did this issue, Dynamite. I don't understand why this issue even exists, because it like means nothing to the rest of the comic. Yeah, so I'm unhappy with that one. Don't check it out. If you've not read this, just skip to issue 2. Don't bother with number 1 if you haven't bought it and you are interested in it. Try issue 2, see if it's any good. I would completely skip issue 1. You're not missing anything. There's nothing to be missed in that issue. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this book review. Please subscribe to my channel to check out other comic reviews on other books I read. And any hauls of comics I get. I'll be going to London this weekend. Thus I'm picking up lots more comics, hopefully. I know, more money spent. It's just what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, Mel here. I really want you to subscribe, want you to subscribe, want you to click that button below. Subscribe.